Dystonia affects 500,000 Americans, more than muscular dystrophy, Huntington's disease, and Lou Gehrig's disease combined. And yet, most people have never heard of it.
My name is Bonnie Strauss. I have lived with dystonia for more than 30 years. It took 5 long years before I was properly diagnosed. I went from doctor to doctor, trying to find out what was causing the painful, uncontrollable spasms in my neck muscles. My mother and grandmother had struggled with a more widely known movement disorder, Parkinson's disease. With the help of my father, Louis Bachman, and the support of my husband, Tom, I formed the Bachman-Strauss Dystonia and Parkinson Foundation in 1995. Our goal is to raise awareness of dystonia and Parkinson's disease, as well as to find out how they are related. Also, to fund scientific research and to encourage new scientists to work in this field. You're about to meet some courageous people. Each is confronting a very difficult challenge, but their path is a little bit brighter because of the generosity of those who support this foundation.
My name is Jake Silverman. I'm 15 years old and I like to fish, bike, sail, swim in the ocean, play with friends.
In a lot of ways, Jake is a typical teenager. After his freshman year of high school, he's looking forward to the summer, despite having dystonia.
Dystonia is a neurological movement disorder which causes uncontrollable pain and spasms.
It all started when Jake was in 5th grade. The sudden onset of painful cramps and muscle spasms turned a family vacation into a nightmare.
This is me, and my foot was turning, my back was also turning, and I was really uncomfortable then.
It got worse and worse to the point where I couldn't send him to school because it was too painful to write and to walk around the school.
I was in a wheelchair. I had no quality of life. I was just sitting on the couch doing anything to try to cover up the pain.
Then, what can truly be described as a medical miracle. Recent research led to a breakthrough treatment.
DBS is deep brain stimulation. It's when they put a battery in your chest, a wire going up your neck, and then 2 electrodes into your brain. It stimulates your brain to counteract the spasms.
This is Jake during the surgery. He's awake, he's alert, and the doctors are actually putting leads inside his brain.
I have a battery in my chest, and there it is.
Even as Jake was recovering from surgery, he was raising money for more dystonia research.
We did a benefit, Kids Cuts for a Cure.
Along with Jake's ride, the family has helped raise more than $700,000, funding 10 grants for research.
All the proceeds went to the Bachman-Strauss Foundation.
The Bachman-Strauss Foundation let me know that there's other people like me with dystonia, and that there is hope that my life will go back to 100% normal.
My name is Alice Siegel, and I have Parkinson's disease, but I live with it. I've lived with it for a long time, and I love my life.
Parkinson's disease is a disorder of the central nervous system. It affects the part of the brain that controls movement and balance. Alice lives with the fear of falling, but it doesn't stop her from traveling all over the world with her husband, David.
Our most recent trip was to India, where we, as you see, rode on top of an elephant.
Alice can also enjoy her children and grandchildren. New medicines have become available that are enhancing her life and even her golf game.
There's a hill in one of the holes that we play on, and I really couldn't walk up to the top of the hill. And once I started taking medicine, I just walk up there without a problem.
For George Matuk, new treatments for Parkinson's disease are keeping him in business, literally.
I have a family business. My son is now running the business. He's the 3rd generation. We make fine luxury linens.
Parkinson's may appear at any age, but it's most common in people over 50. George was diagnosed 15 years ago. At 73, he has slowed down, but he hasn't given up.
People look at you and say, "Oh, you poor person." I have to say, I'm not happy that I have Parkinson, but I don't consider it a tragedy. I determined that I would continue to live my life as normal as it could be.
George knows the Bachman-Strauss Foundation is helping with the search for better medicines and treatments and eventually a cure.
I think the most important thing is that they give you hope.
Hi, I'm Allie London. I'm 31 going on 32. I've been happily married to a wonderful man for 4 years now. I have truncal dystonia, which is in this segment of my body.
Allison is a lawyer by training. She has always been an advocate, but she never expected the cause would be so personal.
Around October 2008, started noticing that my body was sort of slowly bending more and more forward. I went from being an incredibly productive member of society to someone who is disabled.
Allison's home is filled with photographs. She's taken up photography as a form of therapy. And with her husband, Allison has been working to raise money and awareness.
I am the proud spouse of a man who last year ran his first New York City Marathon in under 4 hours and raised $35,000 in doing so.
The goal of the Bachman-Strauss Dystonia and Parkinson Foundation is to change the future.
They've empowered us by helping us fight back, and even though there's a chance that this work that we do will not benefit my son, just to know that it'll help make someone else's diagnosis easier or possibly find a cure is a miracle in itself, and that's why we'll never give up.
Right now, Bachman-Strauss is supporting the work of scientists that's leading to new medications and making fresh discoveries about interactions in the brain. Scientists are also identifying the role of genes and proteins in these disorders, as well as looking at population groups. This important research is bringing scientists closer to understanding the causes of these disorders and to even more effective treatments and therapies.
For people like Allison, Alice, George, and Jake, it means being able to be more than just the faces of a debilitating disorder.
I'm a wife, a daughter, a sister, a granddaughter, a niece, a cousin, an aunt, a friend, a Georgetown law grad, an advocate, and I have dystonia.
I'm fishing, sailing, doing everything like normal 15-year-old will do. I am more than my disorder.
I love interaction with people of all ages, all types.
I am a wife of 42 years, a mother, a grandmother, an enthusiastic traveler, and a good friend.
I was actually yesterday at the Bachman-Strauss Center for Excellence at Beth Israel Hospital. I'm a patient there now. My doctors firmly believe that I will be better than I am today. And I believe them. I'm filled with hope for a number of reasons, but one of those big reasons is Bachman-Strauss. I truly believe that better treatments and a cure will be found for this. I'm 31, and this will not be my life, and I believe that.